Yo, what's going on? And welcome back to some more Elden Ring. In the last one, we met up with Ronnie all the way up here. And we decided to help her before she went to sleep for who knows how long. And we also did some other interesting things. There was a giant dragon here that we fought, but he ran away after we got him to half health. We also talked to Saluvis. So yeah, that guy. Um, and he gave us a potion that I knew a little bit about, that we're supposed to give to Nefeli Lu. Now, I think what's gonna happen is I kind of read about it, and I'm not gonna spoil all the stuff about it. I maybe read a little bit more than I should just because I wanted to understand what I was doing. But I don't think I will give the potion to Nefeli. Now, I will note that for anyone who doesn't know, this isn't going to be a massive spoiler or anything, but there is someone else you can give the potion to besides Gideon. Gideon, if you give the potion to him, he just gets rid of it. Um, and then you can give it to Nefeli, and it does the expected results to Nefeli. There's another person who you can give it to, and it will also do the expected result to them. Now, I'm not going to tell you who that is. The reason I'm not going to give the potion to either of them is because it will mess up their quests. At least, it will mess up Nefeli's quest. I don't know if it messes up the other guy's quests. But we're not going to do it anyways because I want to do this quest right now because we just found it. So I want to do this quest now, and unfortunately it's going to mean that we miss out on some stuff. But there's some cool stuff you can get for using the potion how Saluvis wants. So it's not stupid to use it that way. Oh, we don't have a level up. We do have a flask upgrade that I forgot about. We got 3 golden seeds. And that gave us another crimson flask, which I think we'll keep it like that. Yeah, so there is some cool stuff that you can get from it. So I mean, everyone should do whatever they want with it, right? I'm just gonna do the playthrough how I thought, and my original reactions to Saluvis is he's a scheming, you know what, and so I don't like him. Is that wrong or right? I don't know. I'll let you figure that out for yourself. We're probably not gonna figure out. Actually, we technically will figure out, I think, just because of what happens. Again, I spoiled myself a little bit too much. It's so hard to like be there and just read the part that you need and then not read the stuff around it. Like just the stuff being around it. Automatically my eyes just like read everything and I'm like, wait, stop. I didn't need that information. Also, I'm getting a lot of frame drops at the moment. Another thing. I saw someone running around here and it seems like I missed something. I missed a dungeon. So I would like to go do that dungeon first. And then we're going to go to the Siofra River and meet up with Blythe. And we will do that with him and continue Ronnie's quest. And I'm going to hold on to the Saluvis's potion right now because I don't know how triggering hit, like, I want the item that he gives you. I don't know if we're going to be able to get it or not because it was a little bit unclear whether or not we could get it. I'm hoping that it will just give us the item. And if not, then I will give the potion to Gideon, and I hope that then he will give us the item. And I'm getting all kinds of frame drops. And if that does not work, then we will give up on Saluvius for this playthrough. Or Saluvis. I don't know why I keep calling him Saluvius. It sounds like a way better name, actually, though. There's a dungeon somewhere over here. I hear stuff. There you are. You're just a mana, dude. I still have to kill you just in case. There it is. There's the dungeon. Oh, we're stuck. Okay. What's over there? I feel like now that I somehow missed this dungeon, I must not have explored, like, right here. Which I explored pretty thoroughly, but I mean, maybe I just walked past it, right? Perfectly reasonable to just miss something. Yeah, I want to do this dungeon just because I saw someone else found it, and I was like, I should go do that, because I did not do that. It looks like it's going to cost us 2 stone sword keys to get in here. You crazy? How many of those do we have? Got 12, alright, well. Stone sword key was lost. So I don't know what's actually in this dungeon. I just know that it's called the Academy Crystal Cave, which you now see as well. Alright, no one to talk to here. So. I don't know. I've activated all of the summoning pools. I don't know if there's any purpose. I guess since this is an offline playthrough, the answer is no, for obvious reasons. What the? Also, I heard something interesting. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's true. Rats can drop rune arcs. Which is very consistent with Dark Souls. If you've played Dark Souls before, rats could always drop humanity. I think they could drop embers. I don't know that one for sure, actually. But it seems like I was looking up how you get rune arcs. Besides like finding them, and obviously we found some merchants that you can buy them at. But I was like, is there a renewable way to get infinite rune arcs? And the answer is rats. Just kill lots of rats. They don't drop them very often. In fact, I don't know if we've ever seen a rat drop a rune arc. We may have seen it happen once and I just wasn't paying attention or something. But yeah, it definitely hasn't happened a lot. Okay, so there's some Academy dudes in here. Hello? You do not die in one hit. You are tanky. You're stronger than most Academy dudes. Most Academy dudes would die to that hit. 533 damage? Yeah, in the Academy, I was able to... Wait, are you the Two-Face guys? You are. The Two-Face guys are stronger. So maybe they're just because they're the Two-Face guys. Cuckoo Glintstone? Uh-oh. I mean, you'd think that they would notice me better because it's a dark room and I have the lantern, but... Uh-oh. See, that guy's not Two-Face, so he died. Ow! How many spells do you have? Nerd. Yeah, these guys all died in 3 hits because they're not as tanky for whatever reason. Okay. I'm trying to get my bearings in here. We came from this, right? It's really easy to get turned around. Yeah, we picked up that cave once. It's easy to get turned around in a cave, especially when you gotta fight people. And it's dark, so you can't see very much. So there's nothing else over this way, right? Yeah, there's the item that we got. Okay. This is not an illusory wall, right? Okay. Let us continue. Oh, hello. Did that hit me? I thought I was strafing hard enough. So there's some fireflies here. Silver fireflies. Cave there, and a lantern this way. The lantern is beckoning me, which probably means that this is the correct way, and therefore not the way I want to go. Yeah, it seems like the right way. We'll be back here momentarily, I think. What's going on here? An item. Stone sword key. Oh, you just get refunded one stone sword key? You go this way? One of my friends was telling me that, because like we have like 11 stone sword keys right now, and I have used stone sword keys at every possible juncture. He was telling me, because he's, I think, done with the game at this point. But before he was done with the game, he had like 30 stone sword keys, and he's like, am I missing something? Because I think he's also been using them every point that he could. But I guess you just get too many stone sword keys, which makes sense, because it could be really annoying if, ay. Okay, that was bad. I was gonna say it could be really annoying if the reason you can't get somewhere is because you missed one stone sword key somewhere and you don't know which one it is. I want to bait this guy over because I don't know what's up with that guy. That guy scares me. Got the magic parry. What are you? Okay, couldn't parry that one. Uh-oh. We lost all the frames. So this guy uses the Haima skills. Alright. Did it too early. Did it too early again. Fair. He's very tanky and does not stagger, which makes sense. That kind of seems like what that build is, because it was like strength in the power, or like overwhelming strength through magic or something was the idea. So like he probably is just supposed to have a high poise, just hit you with really strong spells. How did you get up there, sir? Oh. I didn't even see that illusory wall. Like, it didn't even occur to me. I mean, I know that Souls does stuff like that, where like just a rock wall is an illusory wall. But that one, it didn't even occur to me to look there. You get the crystal staff from it. Boost Crystallian sorcery. So here's the other problem I have. Boost carrion sword sorcery. I don't know what the heck any of that nonsense is. Like, I don't know which ones are which. You understand? Like, is this... What is the sorceries of the carrion royal family? The game keeps lagging today. I don't know what's up. It's worse than normal. But yeah, I don't know which ones are which. Like, this is probably glintstone. But I don't know if all of these are glintstone or just the ones that are called glintstone. Like, I don't know how it works. I don't know which ones are the carrion sword. I don't know which ones are the crystal. But I guess in this case, it was the illusory wall was given away by that guy being up there. So that's fine. A rune arc. We were just talking about you. Yeah, it's like every little bit now. I don't know, maybe my computer needs a restart? Okay, so we got the boss coming up. Is there steak anywhere? You just gotta run the whole dungeon? That's odd, they haven't really done that very much. How much mana do I currently have? I have 55. Is that enough to cast my ashes? It is. Okay. Ooh. We need to change weapons. Faster, please. Okay, this is not good. This is going very poorly, I would say. Okay, that is very easy to parry. I could kill one, maybe I could take the other one down. Okay, my guy's still alive, and he's now dead. But ow. Don't allow that. I think we just backstab this guy over and over. If he ever does that, you just get the backstab. Crystal release. See, but I think that crystal spell is gonna be... Oh no, it's in its own category. Alright. But, like, this frozen armament is definitely not a crystal spell, even though it's in the same category. I don't know how any of this stuff works, man. Sorcery of the mysterious crystallians creates a mass of crystal, then shatters it to scour a wide area with a violent rain of crystal shards. This sorcery is used by high-ranking adepts among the crystallians. Some also call this sorcery the Crystal Sun. Yeah, that went okay. Obviously, like, a second attempt at the fight would have been easier because we would have walked in already. The Morning Star was just the thing that I knew that I could wield, because we used it the last time we fought a Crystallian boss. They fixed this yet? No. So yeah, I knew I could use the Morning Star, which is why I immediately defaulted to looking for that as quickly as possible. I don't know if I have any other weapons that I could wield that would also work, but Morning Star does fine for now. It is +0. You think that maybe there's gonna be like a illusory wall in this room? Part of me is suspicious. I wouldn't exactly put it past them. Is this an exit? But there's still another room. It's an elevator? That's weird. You think that goes somewhere into the academy? We're currently under the academy. Yeah, we're like right in the middle under the academy. Let's go find out. There's no lever. Oh, there is a lever. I always want to check under all elevators, but... we are going really high up. I guess we were at the base of the cliffside below the castle. Okay, where the heck are we? Yeah, I mean, that's not a surprise. How high? We're at the like the tallest point in this academy. We are actually at the tallest point of the academy. That's crazy. Think it's a teleport? It's not. Terra Magicus. That better be good. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be like... But why did they make us like come up here to get it? Raises magic strength of those within the sigil. One of the glintstone sorceries of the Academy of Raylucar. See, these all say one of the glintstone sorceries. Which tells me that they would all be upgraded. But like... These are sorceries of the Crystallian. I guess you would just have to test it, which is kind of annoying. But whatever. Draws an Academy sigil upon the ground, raising the magic strength of those within. Once the sigil would be cast from the highest belfry of the Academy, covering the entire institution's ground. This spell allows such vivid experience of spellcasting success. Turns many a fledgling into a true sorcery in the flash of newfound understanding. Makes me curious if you should cast it up here. But the only issue with that is, cast it up here, we'd have to teleport to a site of grace, go equip it. Let's do it. Why not? Shouldn't take us long to just run through the dungeon. Alright, where's that spell at? Oh, that's not how I wanted to do that. We can definitely cast it, right? Yep, okay. Might as well kill the rats just in case of rune arcs now. Now that we know. Wowzers. Rats are too short. still thinking that there might be another illusory wall we're gonna miss. That's how it goes sometimes. Ouch. The big guy respawn? He does. That seemed like it might be an illusory wall. I wonder why you would ever return to entrance. This elevator's weird. It actually has, like, a pedestal. It doesn't just float. I think there's like a 50% chance that this will give us something. That means there's still fairly high odds it will give us nothing. Seems like most of our stuttering has gone away. Just like, I think this game stutters mainly, at least on PC, when you're first starting it. As you enter like areas and stuff, the game takes a little bit to load them. Oh, I was also reminded of something else. I just thought of this. Uh-oh. Okay, Sigil's pretty big, but definitely not casting it on the whole place. Okay. But I was reminded that I missed something. Somewhere around here in the ruins. There should be an illusory ground. Which we may want to go find. Can I horse in here? I can't. Oh, I just killed myself. You know, I thought the drop was a lot smaller than that. In my mind, I remember it being smaller, but I think I'm just thinking of a different cliff around that area. I would like those runes back, probably. Like half a level up at the moment. Wait, where did it drop them? All the way back here? We must have been moving fast. So, I might not be able to find it, I don't know. It shouldn't be incredibly difficult, but we're just gonna start slapping the ground. Places that look like they could have illusory floors. Kind of be curious, like what methods you can use to discover an illusory floor. Like obviously this is gonna work. But would there be a different way? Like if I just roll on top of it, is that enough? Not finding it. I don't know what these sparkles are, but apparently they're just everywhere. Do I have to look up where the illusory floor is? Because otherwise I'm just going to be running around like an idiot. Is this how you find it? I mean, you'd think that it'd be like under one of these pillars, right? It's like the logical place for a staircase to be or something. This could be it. That was not it. This? Nope. It's like everything in this area is so abnormal. We're looking for the most normal looking thing. Alright, I feel like I need to look it up real quick. I'm gonna look for some instructions that maybe will guide me in the right direction. And we'll be right back. I'm gonna pause it for just a second. Okay, we're back. It turns out we were looking in the wrong spot. It's not over here, it's over here. So hopefully that will help our search. I thought it would be like closer to his tower, but I guess not. Flintstone stuff. Oh. It's definitely this. Now, how can we reveal it? Jump? Roll? Rolling reveals it. Okay. So just rolling around over the ground. You want to figure out the easiest way to reveal things, right? Because I don't want to run around going jump smash everywhere. Rolling is definitely the easiest way to reveal things in most cases. Okay, so right off the bat, this must be a puppet, right? It looks very similar to what that one dude that we found was working on. We don't know any of these people, right? I don't think so. Okay, I didn't know that would work. What is up with this guy? He's just got a jar on his head. Alright, well now I want to check more walls. Although that seems like the only reasonable wall to check, almost. Everything else has, like, something in front of it. What's going on here? So Luvis's puppet. Do not touch. I don't want to attack it. I wonder if this has anything to do with the lady that we know. We should go talk to the dude about this. And then about 40 minutes into the episode, we'll finally start what we were going to do. Not bad if I do say so myself. I mean, it's not like we didn't do anything. We did an entire dungeon. Then we found... I say found. I mean, technically we did find it. Not on our own, but found a secret area. What the... Who threw this skull? Or did I throw it maybe with my horse somehow?
I've no time for the only thing I will hear. Are we under? I have enough.
We can't talk to him about it right now. Alright, maybe later. We're definitely gonna come back and talk to him at least one more time. So, we gotta remember we also have this, but we have the teleport at the bottom of it. You think we can just teleport here? I don't know if Blythe is gonna be at the top or the bottom of the elevator. I'm hoping the bottom. See here? I also don't, like, there's nothing that says he has to be right at the entrance of this area either. But you'd think he'd make himself at least somewhat easy to find. Alright, I'm thinking he's not down here. Let's go to the top before we go too far. Just to make sure. Didn't I already activate this? It doesn't matter. Would it be faster to... Nah, we'll just take the elevator. This is such a long elevator, though. Also, there's definitely something to this. I was talking about it looks like space or something there. We weren't necessarily wrong, I think, because it definitely has something to do with that hidden village that we're looking for. What was it, Nokron? They were talking about another hidden place, Noxtella, which they were like, oh, you've heard of it, of course, and I'm like, nope, I don't know what you're talking about, but sure. Place looks pretty cool. Hopefully we can find him quickly. I just want like instructions from him. I don't really care what they are. I just don't want to miss him and explore the entire area. And then have it be like, oh, he was at the beginning and you were supposed to kill this thing with him. Although I'm not seeing him here either. Maybe he's down there already? The only other thing I could think to check is go back to the broken tower he started at. And if he's not there, I'm gonna teleport to EG really quick and ask EG again where he's supposed to be. Here. I don't remember exactly what EG says. He says like meet Clyde somewhere. Or maybe he won't tell us again, and then we got some problems.
Well, as Walker, I take it you've heard well. After years of going underground, through the well only, we've Lithes made a good go of it, to be honest.
Sounds like he's already in there then. So we'll take that as start exploring down here. And I think we're strong enough to do this area by now. First time we came here, we were like, I think like a +1 weapon. Probably like level 20. And when we hit one of these enemies, I was like, yeah, I don't really feel like it. Because those are just like basic mobs over there. And we were not doing very much of their health. Also, it seems like we'll be able to summon our spirits. Can we use a horse down here? We can. We're just going this way because last time we went the other way. Was that a melted mushroom? Guess we'd already acquired one of those. I hear a beetle. I swear there was some prompt over here. Maybe not. Alright, well let's go. Can't get that item yet, but we'll get there. There's this way, which kind of seems like the main way. Let's start with this way over here. Now the question is, should we summon? I think we should. Wow. His attack just went through our guy. It didn't even deal damage. Must be a grab or something. Oh, he's got like a pole. They did a lot of damage to my guys. That reminds me, I saw something really interesting with a spirit that I hadn't considered using at all. I wonder how many spirits this applies to, but the skeletal militiamen, apparently they have the ability that all skeletons have, where if you don't hit them on the ground, they revive. And some bosses, like I saw someone fighting a boss with it, specifically Margit, sometimes he just won't hit them after he kills them, and so they just always revive. So you have them for the entire fight. I found that very interesting. I had not considered that they would have that ability. So it seems like we've kind of just made it around that building on the inside. I would like to go in said building. Also, because we need to go everywhere. We gotta find where Blythe is. That doesn't seem like him over there. Let's go back to the building and clear that out. Still gotta find where this, where the beetle is. Good work. You stopped him from casting. Oh, there's guys casting stuff. I would be careful. I don't know what that spell does. Okay, it's an explosion. I frame it. Okay, they got one. One of my guys went down. Okay, so if we spam really hard. So they have like a pull, and then the second attack must be a grab. So they pull you to them, and then they use the other thing. We have just enough damage to... What are you shooting at? Go grab that item up there. I hear the beetle still. I think it's on the other side of this wall. There it is, but it's a health beetle. Probably should have just saved him, huh? I'm not gonna use it, or I have no use for it at the moment. Something on the other side of this as well. Okay, let's go back down below. So I don't know how to get any higher. I'm low health. Oh, I definitely should have used my flask then before I killed the beetle at least. I didn't realize these guys all just like turned into goop on the floor. Don't get grabbed. Or maybe it's not a grab. Okay, well my guy despawned, so that must mean that everything is dead. The beetle up there seems like a mana beetle with an item though. I would like your item. There's a golden centipede. Found those before. At the Bellum Church, I think it was. Right under where Hyena was standing. What am I missing? How the heck would I get up there? Do I have to continue further on into the area first? I thought I saw someone over here. It's just this rock. How would I get up there? Think I could like climb some stuff? At the moment, the prospect of climbing does not look very good. Hold up. This seems climbable at least. I didn't even see that, but okay. Oh. There's a whole nother area. Surprised it desummoned my guys with these guys still around. Are you casters? Yeah, you are. That's not great. You throw that other one off? Where'd he go? I don't know, but I guess I don't care that much. Okay, so here's that drop down that we were looking at. Probably want to drop to the next level first. But it seemed like there was some more stuff to run on over here. Okay, this seems like a dead end. Just waiting for one of these to like collapse. Is that just a mushroom down there? I think that's just a mushroom. That's a big jump. I don't think we can do that without torrent. Pointless ahead? Okay, how do I do this? This seems reasonable. Wow. Oh, let's grab this item and follow him because he is a special one. Oracle bubbles. So that's what that one guy was casting. They had two different spells. They made a big bubble and they made little bubbles. I think that's all that was up there. So. I think we're done with this part. Let's go over to the other part. Also, where the heck did we knock that guy down to? I'm just nervous that he's gonna jump scare me. Are you here? You are. He dropped a silver firefly. It was all worth it in the end. What's in here? Another elevator. Well. That's the only guy I can lock onto, huh? But it looks like there's lots of people. Well, don't give up now. Okay, the goo people are coming back to life. Do they infinitely respawn, or is it just the one time? You know, I kind of thought he'd react to the fact that I jump attacked him, but he did not care. They have other attacks. This is crazy. That hit me, huh? Alright, I'm nervous. You know, the fact that that attack has a thing on the pullback is kind of weird. Because it means you can't enter the hitbox late either. Okay, so the guy we could lock onto must have been in the horde. Ooh, there's a whole bunch of fireflies over here. So what the heck's going on here? This seems like somewhere we should be able to go, but I guess not. This was pointless? Okay, what about the waterfall? Waterfalls are always great places to hide things. An item. Soap. What the heck do we do with soap? Removes filth and accumulations on the body. Uh-oh. A plant-based soap made from mushroom juice. Craftable item. Cleans off filth and other accumulations on the body while also slightly reducing poison buildup. Filth covering the exterior eventually seeps inside, soiling one's very spirit. I feel like that's gonna be a mechanic of some sort? Okay, well, elevator time. I always want to look under the elevator, but you can't really. It doesn't work very well. Wait, horse here as well? Yes. I hate the like rattlesnakey instrument sound. I forget what the thing's called. It's so creepy though. I mean, that's the desired effect from it, but I don't like it. It's a crab. Oh, jeez. Hello. What are you doing? I mean, seems like we got a battle at this point, but I'll wait. Yeah? Pretty cool that you can be all the way up there, but I could maybe shoot you with an arrow, but you're kind of moving around quickly. Alright, well, I'm gonna grab this item then. Beast liver. Oh! I thought that was something else that snuck up on me, which is why it scared me so much. It was so big, taking up like a majority of my screen. Well, time to start crab murdering. Killed your own crab. I also wonder if I should use the talisman that improves block counters. I wonder like how good it is. We should probably test it at some point. So we got some pretty good talismans. We kind of got like general use talismans, right? Mostly stuff to increase like our stats. Really, I don't want more crab eggs. I want other stuff. There was nothing up there to begin with. Do we have any... Can we see anything down here? No. I have no clue where we're trying to go, and therefore no idea how to get there. Still haven't find Blythe. He could be anywhere. What? Ugh, I hate you. Warrant always breaks sticks that are like 9 miles away, and it always scares me. There's a steel, I think. We'll go there in just a second. I see that this thing can be jumped on. I didn't even notice you, honestly. I feel like I hear a beetle, but it's so faint that I couldn't actually tell you if it's real or not. Could just be my imagination at this point. Oh, there's a site of grace. Anything up there? I don't think so. Alright, let's sit at this. Check out where we are. We are at Siofra River Bank. So how much do we need to level? A lot. I do think I am going to respec. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Because we'll get back all those arcane levels. I really do want to try that sword out. It sounds cool. Okay, is this a steel? Did that light that pillar there? Possibly? I thought this was a steel. I'm now questioning whether that was... I mean, I guess it was obviously false. See this item here, though. Ah, that was the map, but that's definitely not a steal. Okay, now we got a map. Now the area actually looks like something crazy. Seems like you could maybe get on top of this. Let's check out this thing. Seems like a dead end, kind of. Also, what's in this? Oh, this goes way further than I thought. Where the heck are we? Kinda thought for a second that was the study hall. Also, what the heck is up? These guys are like the other guys. Except in spirit form? They're literal spirit animals. Okay, I hate you. If I'm gonna play like this, I should probably use that one thing where critical hits like restore health or whatever. Fur leggings, you think those things are any good? Apparently not very good. They're light. Is that a cave over there? No, that seems like death. I wouldn't try that. Item. Arteria leaf. Inverted hawk heater shield. Why would it be inverted? Like I just don't get it. There's more stuff there. I think those are all just animals over there though. Wanna know what we should have tried while we were on top of the obvious illusory wall? Or illusory floor? We should have tried running into it with Torrent. Seeing if that would proc it. 'Cause that would be the simplest way. Like, simpler than rolling, right? We already knew that rolling... Well, I guess we didn't know that rolling would proc the floor. So either way, it gave us scientific results. Okay, before we go that way, I want this item over here. Wait, we couldn't see these guys from further away? They just kind of like up here? Wowzers. Alright, I apologize. Let me try again. There we go. Now I feel like we're at a good amount of health where our flask usually doesn't heal us to full. And so we have a lot of health. Armorer's Cookbook 6, remember that. Also, I noticed during the fight against the Crystallians, the dual Crystallians, that when I tried to do this while I had no FP, it didn't do the magic effect. So does that mean it costs FP to reflect? It does say 8 costs, so you must need FP to actually reflect spells. What was it? Cookbook number 6? Do we have anything here? No. Okay, not Nomadic Warrior. Oh, we skipped 2 issues of this cookbook. Preserving boluses. So that's gonna be something that gets rid of, like, sleep or poison or bleeding. I don't know which one. One of those, probably. I wonder if Thops's barrier takes mana. Because it was just like an inferior version, but maybe its advantage was that it didn't take mana? Okay. Before we go fight that giant crab and investigate what these floating balls of electricity are. Why are there so many deer here? Let's go this way. This feels very boss-like. But at the same time, I don't think it would have been a separate area if it was a boss. Oh, I guess it could have been a boss, maybe. Now that I think about it, this game works a little bit different than other games. So the separate area just meant that it was a building that had a name. What's up with this weird moose thing? Alright, well. It bleeds. Which is odd. Most dead creatures in this game are just labeled as inanimate objects. But this one bleeds, so it must live, right? You can go down there. I would like to go down there, please. Or it doesn't fit. Horn bow. How does that compare to our bow? Does magic damage. It's 0.5 heavier. It's overall damage. We currently do 109 AR. This does 106 AR. Also has mighty shot. It has better scalings with both strength and dex, though. And you gotta remember that our bow is already +3, whereas this bow is +0. Well, let's equip it. Looks kinda cool. There's an item over there. Okay, don't fall off the cliff. Hold her in 6. Release her up. Release her up. Okay, we've survived that ordeal. That is a dead end. Oh my gosh, Torrent. Cool it. Uh-oh. We already know what happens with the bow guys. The bow guys are scary. What is happening? What are you doing? Stop that. Sorry, dear. Got in the way, though. Should maybe consider using that healing over time talisman while we're exploring again. just makes you use less heals. Over time. There's a sending gate right there, huh? That seems spooky. Let's go check it out. Actually, I don't want to use the sending gate while I got 16,000 runes. Okay, what does a ball of lightning do? Hello, ball of lightning. What are you doing? Stop, 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 stop. Alright. I couldn't lock onto the ball of lightning. It doesn't seem like it could be attacked. We could try and shoot it with a bow. I don't think you can hurt the ball of lightning, as crazy as that might sound. Alright, crab. We've locked eyes. It's time to duel to the death. Let's go. You suck. Got a flask back. But what am I even trying to do at the moment? So we went here. Okay, so you're not something that I can light. That thing seems like something that I can light, though. Afraid of the balls of lightning? They also do very much damage, in case you didn't notice. Alright, dude, time to fight. Alright, fair enough. Wow. I hate you. Okay. I tried to parry that one. Not a smart decision on my part. Alright, you need to calm it down. These guys are good for parry practice, I think. They're not that difficult to parry, so get up your confidence. Parrying's all about confidence. I think I've said that before. I don't know why I did that. Uh-oh. He doesn't want to fight. Sometimes the boars want to fight. Oh, I didn't even... I don't know where that guy came from. I didn't see him at any point. Alright, let's light this. So if I'm correct, then we should have a second pedestal down there lit. Let's go check. Yeah, there's two. So we need... Please, stop making such loud noises. We need 6 more? Oh my god. It's a lot. Okay, so sending gate. We're just gonna mark you. We'll take the sending gate once we've spent our runes, which will be once we have enough to level up. Okay, I think we just avoid the balls of lightning by going a different way than they are. The turtle on top of a rock. So we killed the guys over here already. Is that Blide? That looks kind of like Blide. I just keep thinking now that there's gonna be items on these every single time. Any enemies? That seems like bait. Oh, a lightning. More lightning. Can summon spirits here. Oh, jeez. I messed that up a little bit. I didn't figure out if I could parry that first attack or not because I just horribly mistimed it. Oh, this wasn't even where the item was. I was just doing nothing. Okay, you could parry that first attack. Oh, hello, good sir. Yeah, you want to say that to my face? Land octopus. Another land octopus. I think there's a thing over there to light, probably. This entire area seems to be light all those things. And then we'll figure it out from there, I guess. Old pickled foul foot. Alright, yeah, that looks like blood. How's it going? I thought people said that you were making lots of progress, but as far as I can see, you had lit 0 of those before I got here.
Ah, good to see you. Apologies, mate, but I don't have much to report. I can see bloody Nokron right above me, but I'm absolutely stumped. I've tried all the gateways, to no avail. Perhaps it's time to ask Celibus. I recall that spiteful little rat acting like he knew something. Let's give him a squeeze. Show him just how sharp my teeth are. I jest. I wouldn't go that far. Besides, I should check on some things here. Leave this place to me. You just do what you feel is right. If either of us learns anything, we tell the other. Right? Leave this place to me. If either of us learn... And if we reach it, Celibus rarely gives a straight answer. First time.
Hold on, I didn't mean to skip that part.
Leave this place to me. If either of us learns anything, and if we reach a dead end, I suppose we go back to the source. Celibus rarely gives a straight answer. First time.
Okay, so that, I mean, tells me that we should stay here and not go to Celibus immediately. How the heck do we get to that? Seems like we gotta that an item? Or is that just a rock? I mean, am I gonna die trying to jump this? Possibly. I don't want to die at the moment because I don't want all the enemies like killed to respawn. Mostly because they're all archers and they aggro from really far away. Okay, well that doesn't really explain how I get to that item. But maybe in good time it will. Seems like this is a drop down. That would maybe get us to that item. Kinda hard to tell. This is a dead end anyways. Who the heck is that guy? Oh, this is an item. Stone sword key. Okay, don't stand too close to the edge. I don't want to fall off the edge here. It's a crucible night. Nice. How do we get there? No freaking clue. Teleporter, maybe? Don't see any way to leave or enter that area, so I don't know. At the moment, seems inaccessible. What's going on here? No items on these rocks? How does this help me exactly? I want to get down below to where that item was, but I don't want to die. Seems like we follow this down. Oh, okay. I was about to be very sad. That doesn't seem makeable on this side, not gonna lie. Seems a lot more makeable from this side. Alright, there's nothing on this part. So down we go. Oh, probably shouldn't have dropped just straight all the way. I should have landed on the other thing, but it didn't deal damage, so we're okay. Is there anything here? Point of this side. This just seems like death. Okay. And so after I grab this item, how do we get back? Hopefully that will be blatantly obvious, but our options are quickly being cut down. Welling arrows. I mean, I guess we just jump. See, sometimes Torrent just hits the ground and makes like a giant impact for no reason. So, I want to kill a few more things, try and get enough for this level up. How much do we need anyways? We need more than I was hoping. Let's move our way over to this, this thing that we can light. There's lots of enemies here. Oh, hello. How much are these worth? 200 each. This is gonna take ages. Hello. Okay, you get to live. Fair enough. I thought you were facing the other way, honestly. So there's a giant pack of enemies. Oh. That guy sees me? You're crazy. I can't believe this guy could see me. Uh-oh. He's doing that weird thing. We go one at a time, please? Okay, me and this guy were just having like a whiff fight or something. Playing wiffle ball. Well, that didn't work out. Oh, you could parry that. For a second I was nervous, like, you can't parry that attack. That seems way too strong. Alright, fair enough. Allow me to light flame, please. Can't see it from here. Blide's rock is in the way. Nothing behind the thing, huh? Alright, sir, you appear to be the only remaining unit of your troop. We will now fight to the death. How's that sound? Alright. Not my death, preferably. We got the flask back anyways. Let's continue going along this cliffside. Yep. Hello. Really, we're gonna shoot arrows from there? Stop that. Three of those. Boom! Man. The noise of them charging that up is horrifying. I thought I was being attacked by a giant bear. Get over here, you nerd. Still got me, huh? Uh-oh. This is an annoying area, huh? And these guys at FromSoft really know how to make annoying stuff. Am I gonna have to shoot you with my own arrows? Oh. Well, there's just an arrow in my head. Revenge. But that part was so difficult. I don't want to not take this portal now. I mean, what are the odds that I can't teleport back? Fairly high. I mean, am I gonna cry over 20,000 runes? Maybe a little bit, but by myself, not in the video. I just don't want to have to get back up there, honestly. Like, we could maybe avoid that guy and explore stuff around him. But getting that back up there, it's a different story. Safe to teleport back. We're up here. Can we find like a site of grace up here? There's another thing to light down there. I don't know where that is actually. Oh, that's just an area. We didn't make it that far yet. Gotcha. One of the things to light's over there. Which, maybe I can mark it? There's a beetle down there too. Can't tell exactly where it is. Whatever, I'll find it on my own. What is that creature? Looks like a giant, maybe? Giant-like. I'm not going over there right now, I'm telling you that right now. Definitely seems like a boss or a mini-boss. So I would like a site of grace up here. Lots of crabs. Means there's gonna be a big crab. There's a stake here. Yeah, that's definitely gotta be a boss if there's a stake here. Now, a stake also indicates that there's likely not a grace nearby. But you're just gonna die out of principle. So I can't be certain which of you actually hold valuables and which of you don't. Okay, we're not going this way yet. But we'll mark it. I don't know exactly where it is, so I'll just do that. Okay, so maybe further on the other side? Let's get on our horse so it's harder to kill us. Like if we find something we don't like, we can just run very quickly. What is this? Formic rock. Oh, the bird scared me. Found near Einsel River and other places where giant ants live. Oh, come on. I thought the giant ants were in the other river. Site of grace one time, please. I would like your finest site of grace. Okay, this is a dead end. Look, if I find a site of grace, I will pop runes to get the level up, and we can be done. How much are mini crabs worth? 92? Not that bad. You know what? All you crabs are dead. For how easy it is to kill a mini crab, I'll take 92 runes. Item. Any gankers? Not worth. Okay. I don't know why this looked special to me, but it wasn't. There's something in there. More crab murder. I don't feel like there's gonna be a site of grace in here. It seems like it's just gonna take me a little while to kill all these guys, and then we'll get this beetle. Oh, hello. I see everyone wants a piece. Alright. Luckily there is a stake nearby. Alright, everyone's doing the same thing. Okay, we got enough runes to level up now. I'm starting to think we just head back after we clear this area. I need to lure them out, because if I don't lure them out, the beetle's gonna run away while I'm fighting them. Oh, that's the magic one, too. Okay, fair enough. Oh, know what that bubble does. It's still going. It explodes. Alright. think there might be like one left or something, but we can come claim our beetle. Ah, there's the great oracular bubble. The other spell he casts. I think Stone 5. Starting to think there's just not a site of grace up here. Where else do we have to look? Like this corner? I guess there could be one over there, but not too psyched about that idea. Alright, dudes. Where are you keeping the sites of grace? Oh, you could jump. There was a foe with glowing eyes, too. He'd be worth more runes and stuff, but... Oh, I could summon here, my spirits. Why can I not go this way? It's not with Torrent? Dragon wound grease? Yeah, I'm starting to think there's no site of grace up here. Well, let's peek at the boss. I'm not going to start the fight because it might lock me in. But like the fact that there's a stake here tells me almost for certain there will not be a site of grace around here. Oh. Ghost Glove Work 5. Alright. I think I'm sufficiently afraid of that boss for now. Mostly because we got our level up. We can't get anywhere from up here, right? What about down? I forgot about this path. Oh, I thought that was a glove wart. What's down here? Formic rocks. Shouldn't there be a big crab down here or something? Wart 4. No big crab. And this is a drop down to something else. Well. Maybe a golden seed? We are now in Anor Londo. Golden seed. Now we're past that area. But I don't think there's any way we could get back up without the teleporter. Really? Path just never ends, huh? I thought this was gonna be some small side path. And then we could call it quits after that, but it just keeps going and going. Side of Grace? Nope. A root mark. Is this the end of the path at least? It does appear that this is the end of the path. Okay, well. Honestly, I really just... If I was gonna keep going in the episode, I would probably not rest and bring back all the enemies. I would just keep exploring and like full clear. But I think that we can sneak past the guys that we did previously kill. Wait, can you only get here by going up top first? That seems like a reasonable thought. So maybe we should light this, but then we gotta go all that way. I don't want to do that right now. We're gonna have to come back here. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to fight that boss. We're gonna have to take this again, and then we'll have to figure out what that does as well. Let's go. Let's get out of here. It sucks that we respawn everybody, but we could do it again if we need to. And I think maybe we could just run past that guy on top of this stuff. So we're gonna get 1 endurance level right now. And then the other thing I would like to do, I want to go back to the round table hold. Check on our weapon upgrade. I don't think I'm going to do the weapon upgrade, because if we do want to use the Sword of Night and Flame, then we should save that smithing stone for that. But I think we could upgrade our soldiers. Unless that was the one for the special.
Greeting, you here for
It was the one for the special, are you kidding? We got a level 5 for the special, but not a level 5 for the normal, are you kidding?
Well, I took you no matter how you're up.
And then we only have 1 for this, so we're not gonna do that right now. And this requires regular smithing stones. I mean, we can buy regular smithing stones, so... Might as well. We'll do more upgrades later, I think. Okay, so we made some good progress on the Siofra River. We'll be back there next time, trying to light all those things before we go talk to Saluvis. That. Yeah, we'll be doing all that first, and if we can't find the last one, then we'll go talk to Saluvis or something like that. And we'll go from there. That's gonna be the next area that we do. Hopefully completely. We'll figure out what that big boss enemy is. We might start with him actually, because we won't have very many runes, so that would be a reasonable starting spot. But hopefully you enjoyed this one. Lots of exploration. Not a lot of difficult enemy fighting, but we did practice our parrying, so that was pretty nice. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.